You have read my book Doomslinger, which explains how science and religion are the same thing and cites the physics behind it all, right? No? Well, the link is down below if you want to check it out. But you have watched my video called The True Nature of Reality, which is the audio transcript of the hard science behind Doomslinger, right? No? That's alright. I ain't mad at you. It's some super heavy stuff. But this video, this one will explain it all in the easiest way possible to understand, and I've made images to go along with it. And by the end of this video, you will understand how reality works and how to make your life better than you can even imagine. How to manipulate reality to have the life you want. And this is not woo-woo BS, this is the actual physics of our universe. This video is going to be long and sciencey at the beginning, but you need to know how everything works. Think of it as the instruction manual for life that we all wish we were born with. Now let's begin. This is a hologram. I'm sure as a kid, most of us had those little holographic stickers on our notebooks or lunchbox. So the definition of a hologram is a two-dimensional film or surface that stores all the information needed to reconstruct a three-dimensional image. Despite being flat, it can display a full volumetric object. It is a 2D plane that encodes 3D information. As it turns out, our entire reality is a hologram. The math for all this was worked out by theoretical physicist Leonard Susskind. It is called the holographic principle. Not a theory, a proven principle. Our 3D reality is actually a hologram projected from, or through, the seventh dimension, just like a movie projector. Now here's where I'll probably lose a bunch of you, and that's fine. You're not ready for this level of information, but when you are, you can come back and this video will be here for you. So if our reality is just a hologram, what is generating that hologram? Where is the light or energy coming from? Well, to us in the First United Church of Cthulhu, it's called Azathoth. He is a non-sentient being that is the source of everything in existence. This is the same thing that the ancient Greeks referred to as the primordial force known as chaos. It is what most people refer to as God. Once again, God is not sentient, but we are all the projection of God. We are the holographic life. We are all the extension of God. We are God, split into infinite pieces so that we can know ourselves from every aspect, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Every religion has a different name for it, but it is all the same thing. We are all the same thing. We are all the dreams of Azathoth. We call Lovecraft our mad prophet, and this is accurate. He was getting the same message, just filtered through his life perspective. Let's move on. Now, good old Lenny had placed the seventh dimension like a sphere around the universe. This is because the source of his math was coming from the event horizon of a black hole. If you fell into a black hole, your body would be destroyed, but the quantum information that you are made of would be recorded or preserved on the event horizon of the black hole. Lenny called it the cosmic horizon, but he didn't get the placement quite right. There are multiple studies now showing that the brain functions like a black hole, storing information on the surface rather than inside, similar to the event horizon. It is this brain horizon that functions as the seventh dimensional lens through which the holographic universe is projected. Or more scientifically speaking, our 3D world is actually a lower dimensional manifestation of the higher dimensional 7D framework. This is how you create your own reality. Now, this next part is going to sound a little depressing, But stick with me. You are alone in the universe. There is no one else in your reality. But the good thing is, so is everyone else. You are not a human with a soul. You are a soul having a human experience. Everyone else around you is your version of them. They are all holograms in your reality. And you are their version of you. We are all co-creating the shared space so that we can have experiences together as humans. Think of it like a multiplayer online video game or a video conference call. While you are each in your own home, you are coming together through the magic of the internet to create a shared electronic space where you can all interact. Now just take that one level up. The person that you are in reality is just the avatar in the video game of life, being controlled by your soul or higher self. Okay, now that you know how the machine works, we can finally get to the good stuff. How to use the machine properly to make your life better. So here you are, the center of your little universe. And this is the timeline of your entire life. But it doesn't work the way you think it does. Because remember, this is a holographic universe. All the information is stored on that seventh dimensional horizon. And when Azathoth projects himself through it, just like the cover of Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon, an infinite number of timelines are created. That's what is meant when they say everything exists all at once. There is no past, there is no present. Everything exists now. Which is why it's so important to be present in your life. There is only now. So this is what infinity really looks like. Some people call it the multiverse or parallel realities, but it's all the same. These lines represent the infinite number of timelines of your life. How it works is that you are changing timelines thousands of times a second as you move through your life. You can think of it like the movie of your life, and every moment is a new frame. Putting these frames together gives the illusion of movement. Now we will set down the basics of how to make your life better. There is no such thing as good and evil. These are human concepts and are subjective from person to person. But there is positive and negative energy, constructive or destructive. A hammer is a tool, a neutral energy. It can be used constructively to build a house or destructively to hit someone in the head. And that is how you move through life from moment to moment. Positive thoughts and actions move you to a timeline that resonates or matches that vibrational frequency. It works the same way with negative thoughts and actions. Everything is made up of oscillating electrons, vibrating particles. So it turns out that the hippies and the surfers got it right. It's all about those good vibes, man. No way, Scoop! You may have heard of the law of attraction, which in that system operates like a prayer. Put out the good energy and life will bring you good things. That is backwards. You don't bring good things to you, you move towards those good things. Science has shown that the brain cannot distinguish between perception, thought, and dreaming. What we see, what we think, and what we dream. So on the primal level, bad thoughts create bad things and good thoughts create good things. Jesus Christ expressed this idea as do unto others as you would have them do unto you. The golden rule. What you put out is what you get back. Same thing, just from a different perspective. This is where the concept of visualization comes in. That is the steering mechanism to guide you through life. Point yourself towards the good things that you want in life and work towards those goals. You have to wrap your mind around the idea of having infinite timelines. There are worlds where you are the richest person on the planet. There are ones where you are poor your entire life and die in poverty. There are worlds where you get the person of your dreams. There are worlds where you are forever alone. Move towards the life you want to have. Work on it. Visualize it every single day. And here's the one key to making it all work. That took me 16 years of moving around all the pieces until everything finally clicked into place. And I never would have discovered it if it wasn't for Cthulhu. The main tenet of our religion is what Lovecraft called cosmic indifference. Whatever bizarre alien gods may or may not be out there, they don't care about us. This is the final key. But Lovecraft was just slightly off in his interpretation. You have to be like Cthulhu. Don't care about anything. Nothing is real. Nothing matters. Many people interpret this as nihilism, but that's not completely accurate. It's not about not caring. It's about remaining neutral. Remember when we talked about the hammer? All viewpoints are valid. So when something bad happens, that is just the quality you are assigning it. You need to examine the situation and figure out why you interpret it as a negative experience. Remain neutral and figure out what in your belief system caused that thing to occur, because you are creating it in your life. If you get upset about the situation, it creates negative thoughts and can pull you further and further into negativity. If you remain neutral, examine the situation, confront any fears or concerns you have about it, that negative situation loses power over you. It literally neutralizes it. You give yourself the ability to turn it around, to find a resolution for the situation. That helps you stay on your path or get back on it, because the negative events will tear you down and pull you off your path. Remaining neutral helps you keep the ship on course as you're tossed about to and fro by a sea of emotions. And that is how you can make your life better than you can even imagine. Manipulate reality. The better it gets, the better it gets. Change your world, or your world will change you. So be sure to subscribe for more horror, occult, and Lovecraft madness. Until next time, Cthulhu.IT.